higher. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to be talking about how to cultivate and build friendships. I remember a pivotal time in my life. That time was in high school and I was a senior actually, and I felt like I had no friends. There were a lot of life events that happened in high school, and in high school the issues that happen in high school, you think they're like the end of the world, they're like life or death situations. And honestly, I can confidently even say, even before my senior year, I felt so alone. I felt as if I had no close-knit friends. When I say that, that doesn't mean that the friends I had at the time, that they weren't good enough or that they weren't good friends, but I just knew I was looking for something way more in depth. I was looking for a friendship that just wasn't dense and that held some weight. And my sister, she was at college, so I was by myself majority of the time. So I clinged on to someone who's like a bigger sister, Angel, and I just remembered letting her know so many times, like, I want friends, I don't have any friends, like I feel like I don't have anybody. And although I was in a relationship at the time, having a relationship versus having friends, they're just two different ball games, you know. I said that for years, literally for years. And it wasn't until 2024 that my prayer finally got answered. God knows how many times I prayed for friendships. He knows how many times I pleaded and I asked for friends, real genuine life friends, friends that I knew I was able to do life with. Although it took a long time for that to come about, I can confidently say that I have my group of friends who I can see myself doing life with. So with that, there has been a lot of learning experiences with friendships that I thought will be very beneficial and helpful to share, because I'm a girl's girl. The thing about me is I love to see all of my people win. Starting off, the most important thing when building and strengthening friendships is to be yourself. If you are not able to be yourself, to genuinely be yourself, not having to hold back, having to put on a face that just isn't you with someone who you claim as a friend, that is not a healthy relationship. I believe that friendships are meant for all of the good, bad, and the ugly. No one is perfect. We all have our faults. If you are not able to let your guard down and be vulnerable with your friends, then they are just simply not your friends. For me, I'm a yapper, okay? That probably should not be that probably should not be a surprise for many people, but if I feel like I have to hold back conversation, if I feel as if I have to hold back that side of me that loves to talk, then that's a problem. Because I believe as well that when you are genuinely being yourself, you are opening up a space of vulnerability, and that is so needed. That goes into another point I have with building friendships, is also creating a safe space. There are going to be many times where your friends want to vent, and in those cases, I think it's so healthy for you to ask, do you want me to be a friend that listens right now, or do you want me to be a friend that gives my input? I ask those questions because I never want to come off to my friends that I'm being judgy or that they aren't able to just express their feelings towards me. So I have to make sure that I'm being intentional about the space that I'm creating for my friends. Friendships are not just meant for the good times, the dinners, the brunches, the little cute little girls nights. It's just not that. That is a perk of friendships. But for me, one thing I learned last year is literally doing life together. And we know that life is ghetto, and we know that life literally gives us many turns, twists, and it's a ride. It's definitely a ride. And for me, friendship is about showing up, physically showing up. Like, what do you need from me right now? How can I help you? What is a stress that I can take away from you? And also in knowing that that also means that you are going to have to carry each other's burdens and be okay with that. For my friends, there has been some moments where it was just too heavy for my friends to solely carry it on their own. Just simply showing up for your people, that goes such a long way. And I know from experience that showing up is so beneficial, and it lets your friends know that, hey, like whatever I need, I know you're going to be there. There's nothing like having a feeling of supportive friends, that it doesn't matter the time of day, it doesn't matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter the circumstance that you're in personally, but that you are going to show up for your people. That is so important. And I know that every person that you encounter, they're not going to be your friend. I can tell y'all that firsthand, that I experienced that, because I feel like I am friendly. Not everyone that you are going to connect with is going to be your friend. So it's definitely super important to be aware of that, because you still need to have a guard up until you know that this person is for you, that this person is praying for you, being a fervent friend. Like when I am speaking about sharing each other's burdens, I'm getting that from Galatians 6:2, and that says to share each other's burdens, and in this way obey the law of Christ. When you are submitting to a friendship, when you are in agreement of a friendship, that also means that the baggage that they have is also something that you are willing to help them carry as well. We are not perfect. We come with so many flaws, and there are so many things that we fall short in. I know for me, there are many things that my friends have to keep me accountable in. I have come in friendships needing help and needing some support, and there's no way that we are able to get through what this life is by ourselves. I am at a point where I'm so over surface level friendships. Like, I'm so over it. If you are not able to get down and dirty with me, I simply do not want you in my circle. Point blank, period. And I genuinely mean that, because I don't want a friend that's just going to agree and be like, oh yeah, girl, yeah, like that's perfect. Like, yes, girl, like that outfit is cute. Or yeah, that decision you made was great. Like, no. I need friends who can check me, who can disagree with me, and who is not afraid to share their personal opinion. Definitely what I'm seeking for wise guidance and seeking for wise counsel. It definitely took me a while to be able to confidently say that I have those friends in my circle. And even with the friendship, I'm like, this is a sisterhood. Like, my friends, like, y'all know who y'all are. They are my sisters. Like, there's just no way I can I know it's just different, but again, it's like the more life you do together, just the stronger the relationship gets. Also believe that being intentional with your time together matters. Actually scheduling out some time to check in with each other, maybe if it's a FaceTime, maybe if it's going out to eat, maybe if it's just going over each other's house and just being in each other's space. That is so important, because if there's no quality time spent, then there's no way for that relationship to get built. Just as like you would be intentional with being in your boyfriend's space if you haven't seen him in a long time and you want all his attention, you want all his love, I feel like the same should go when it comes terms to platonic friendships. Also being intentional with being like, hey girl, like what's been up? Like, how have you been? Like, how is work going? How is your marriage going? How is having kids? Or just like any and everything. Like, there is literally nothing off the table when it comes terms to what me and my friends can talk about. There's nothing. We can talk about everything. I just know that for me, it was a long time coming, and it was definitely a prayer that has been answered. So because I have my people and God answered my prayers, I want to make sure that I am handling them with care, with love, with appreciation, and letting them know that there's no way I can do life without them. Ecclesiastes 4:9 says, two people are better than one, for they can help each other succeed. Okay, we know that this life we cannot do by ourselves. When we are able to have people around us, we're able to build something that's far bigger and better than us. I know for me, that means accountability. That means my friends be having to get on me about posting, about being consistent, about being in the gym. There's a lot of things, but it's only going to better me, and it's only going to better our community. I just feel like it would be really nice for us to just talk about friendships, and just for me to just share the things I've learned and knowing that it's okay for us all to be different. We come from all different walks of life, but at the end of the day, we know that we're going to show up for each other. We know that we're going to create a safe space for each other, and that we are going to love each other through and through. I'm just super grateful that God had called me for friendships, and even in that waiting period, I also see why he had me wait. There were just some things I just had to let go of. There were some mindsets, there were some beliefs that I just had to let go of in order for me to be comfortable with vulnerability. And I honestly pray that for every female to experience, every girl to experience, is a real genuine friendships. There's nothing like it. Again, having a man is great, but there is nothing like sisterhood. There's nothing like sisterhood. Me and my friends, I know we be getting on each other's nerves. Like, I know they be sick of me, I be sick of them, but at the end of the day, we gonna pick each other every single time. We gonna pick each other every single time. Okay, let me know some things that you guys have learned about your friendships, or even for the people who are looking for friendships, let us know what you're looking for. Leave it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much again for watching. I love you guys so much, and until next time, bye. Saying, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey.